Proof. Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome to this space. So today I'm going to do a little something inspired by my friend and yours, LB, Lauren B, from the Untitled Tarot. And I say inspired by it because yesterday she said that maybe working with the archangels is part of my due diligence. And these aren't necessarily all archangels, but I've been sitting on something I got from Benabel a while ago. And I've just had like the page. I wonder if my phone would tell me when something, I don't think it was. Like I've had this tab open on my phone for months. And I was always like, oh, like I should go in and like do something with that. Never did. But so what it is she found a tarot correspondence to, I think, is it the majors and minors? There's a tarot correspondence between some cards and the 72 angels of the Shem Hamefarash or whatever. Not whatever, but I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. And this is Shem Hamfaras. Shem Hamfaras. Girl, don't know. Jewish Kabbalah. And, you know, usually I try to put some respect on something before I just borrow from it, but we're just going to see what's up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 3 cards to be 3 cards by name. And then I'm going to get 3 cards by association. And I'm going to see like which angel it corresponds to. And then I'm going to get a message from them. So hopefully it works out because I've never read through this before. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it because we live free and fast, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that. So we have the Dynasty, the Hollow Void, and something else. I almost want to say that like the meek will inherit the earth again. I'm starting to get so warm. Oh my gosh. Oh, the last one is a mystery. I can go for a mystery. So now I'm going to get 1 card for each of these. Oh, that's that's half the deck. And I'm going to pull at random. So we'll do you, here, you, we'll go here, you, we'll go here. That's 3 cards. I'll do the middle one. That should be balanced, right? And then maybe I should use another deck. Well, this one came out here. So I'm starting in the middle again. Bottom of the deck is the Bread of Life. I don't know what this is. If you're not comfortable in this space, leave. Leave now. Because once you venture past this point, there is no return. Hang true, friends. I'm just... I'm kidding. So Rob from Rob's Tarot. So Rob, Russ, Reem, and Cindy. That's the Rune team. And Rob released his Rune Raker video earlier, and it was the Hang True Rune. And it almost looks like Sagittarius, but if Sagittarius like lost it a little bit. And if like Sagittarius was like, you know, turned on its head. Or like a fish hook. I don't know, hook hand. Anyway, the room was Hang True. And I liked, it was almost, because he was talking about like a spiritual journeying, like a vision quest. And it is almost like this space of like something that it's like once you know it, then you almost can't go back to life the way you knew it before. It's like we are at this space, or you're at this threshold of a certain information that is so grand that it causes a significant enough transformation to be equated to the bridge that connects the realms to hell. And hell is like, the underworld. In Norse mythology, it's actually frozen and not hot. Imagine that. Hey, Eve. So let's start with the Hollow Void because this one got a third card. The Hollow Void is coming out with the Nine of Cups. See, look at this. A wish granted. The moon in Cancer, Jupiter in Pisces. It's that energy of rulership again. Now I got to do some searching to see what the Nine of Cups is. It's this 25-page document. Hold away. They have upright and reverse meanings, but I'm only doing upright. I think it's the ace through the nine in the court cards, maybe. Potentially, I don't remember. Hold up. I'm just going to search for it. 9 of Cups. Is there no 9 of Cups? There's no 9 of Cups. What? See, I told y'all this wasn't... All right. I guess I can't do this completely unplanned. Fine. It's fine. So I'm going to keep these. Oh, my gosh. Jupiter and Pisces, Jupiter and Gemini. 9 of Cups, 8 of Swords. So I'm going to keep these to clarify. I'm actually going to grab the deck that I had the thought to grab but didn't. And then in this deck, I'll separate out the cards that I can use from the ones that I can't. The ones that associate with the 72 angels, okay? And I'm going to use the Archangel Power cards. I just got to dig them out. Ooh, come on. There we go. Whew. Goodness. I feel like my eyes are a lot more susceptible to blue light lately. Make sure this is. There we go. So you don't see that whole mess, but also, I like that. Also, I need to stop watching Ragnarok before bed. So I finished the first season of Ragnarok. And I watched the first episode of the second season, and I'm like, oh, so the first season was a setup for the second season, because it seemed like in the second season, things are about to really pick up. And also, like, so the little twist that the 4 of Wands, 4th Ariel. Let's actually see who that is real quick. The little twist that they had at the end of the first episode, I should have known. Because I was already suspecting, some stuff about one of the brothers. I'm like, if one of the brothers is one person, then the other brother has to be the other person. And the other brother fits the Yeah, it says the ace through the nines of the 4 minor suits. So the 9 of Cups should be here. Seven, 8. 8. Am I missing like some of the... No, because this is like half of the document. Hold up. They really gonna make me look. My back is like hurting. I mean, I'm gonna use these anyway. But I do want to see hold on, let me switch back over to this while I do this. I do want to see why y'all messing with me. Let me look at this again. See, I should have looked at this before I came, but I was like, we'll just do it together. We'll figure it out together. So the aces through the nines of the 4 minor suits. Each angel Or okay, I'll read this. There are 72 Shemhampharases, Shem angels inhabiting the 10 Sephiroth, and for the aces through nines of the four minor suits, 9 times 4 equals 36. Each card is associated with an angel upright, an angelic dignity, and a different angelic dignity when the card appears in the reverse. 36 times 2 is 72. So I'm going to have to put reversals in here as well. I got this, like I said, she sent this out in an email a long time ago. And I was like, I've been holding on to it because I've been wanting to dive into it, but I guess I've been waiting for the right time, and the time is now. LB! No problem. I was listening the whole time. I said that you've inspired what I'm doing today because yesterday you mentioned the archangels. And I was like, oh, somebody, Benabel Wynn, she emailed out a document that corresponds the 72 angels of the Shem Hampharash. I really thought it was like Shem Hamepharash or something like that. To the ace through nines of the minors. And so I was like, oh, well, let me open up this document and see if anything wants to come through. Also, I had a dream last night. I was like, I got to stop watching Ragnarok before I go to bed. I made it to season 2. I watched the first episode. And I'm up here trying to be vague because it's like, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but also like I'm the last person to finish it. So, you know, everyone else is already done. But yeah, I had a dream last night that was Ragnarok inspired. And also, I think, so I saw some old ladies in a dream the night before last. And I was like wondering if they were one of the I will. I mean, I wouldn't mind, you know, a Viking popping up in one of my dreams. Like, okay. But yes, I mean, the season's only, what, 6 episodes long? So I only have 5 left. But I was like, oh, I wonder if they're like seers. Okay. So I'm going to put some reversals in these. How do I do this? Like this. I was like, how do I do reversals intentionally? It was a really interesting conversation though. And it was also like towards the end when she was like, you know, I don't want to burst anybody's bubble or like ruin any fantasies, but this is what the journey is. And I was like, ooh. There were a lot of ooh moments in that whole conversation. So if by chance I don't, well, I guess there were some people here before. If you haven't checked out Untitled Tarot, Rhymes Tarot, Wrestling Around, but especially Untitled Tarot and Empress of Duality, they did a live stream on Lauren's channel, Untitled Tarot, about the rise of divine feminine energy. And they also talked about sort of like a recontextualization of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. And towards the end, they also touched on how like so much of what we know about that journey is, for lack of a better phrase, hearsay. A lot of it is hearsay. So, you know, I was like, oop. Yeah. And I guess it's that time to be having those much needed conversations. So that's why I only got one card here. Well, I'm going to move these down. I'll move these down. This down. Let's see. I'll do, oh, let me close my eyes because I can see what's upright and what's reversed. We'll do this one. 2. Oh, gosh. And we'll do this one. All right. One of them got 2. Bottom of the deck is the 5 of Gabriel in reverse and the 4 of Gabriel. Hey, Zelda. The 4 of Gabriel came out upright. Where do I put these? I have my laptop angled up, so it's going to be a little difficult. Let's do 4 of Wands. Really? Really? Oh my gosh. It's fine. So it doesn't do this. 4 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Oh my gosh, they are not going to make this easy. I literally just saw these. It's fine. So today I'm going to be taking my time, apparently. So we got thrones, we got rays, we got angel names, meanings, and angelic powers. So the one that came out, oh, I'm starting to see how this is set up now. Ooh, and they got, oh, I could do my birth chart in these. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm like kind of geeking out a little bit. How you doing, Zelda? 7 primary colors, 7 primary archangels, each on their own frequency. So this breaks down, it's like it uses the tree of life. And so they have the 10 Sephira and then different angels. And I know that like some of the archangels have command over other angels. And I've seen somewhere else where it would tell you, it doesn't look like it's in this one, but there was somewhere else that was, it would tell you like which angel sort of corresponded with what. So the 4 of Wands, oh, the ruling angel is right here. It's Jophiel. Okay. So this is Haziel. Girl, we're going on a journey. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm going to pull this up on my iPad as well, so I can follow all of this. Sorry. Reem just uploaded her video. Let's go, Rune Team. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm too excited. I got that notification. I'm like, whoo. All right. That was a whole bunch of noises. It's okay to be excited about things in life. This is going to be 1 second. Ooh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Come through. I love that. How do I find this? 1 second. Indiana Jones 5. Filming paused. I ended up putting the oh, what? I could just do that. There we go. I ended up putting the Yggdrasil cards on my wish list after yesterday. Okay, so I'm gonna use this for the angels. Oh, girl, wait, when? Where's Haziel? Oh, Haziel. Here it is. Ooh, okay. All right. I appreciate your patience in this because we just gotta figure this out. So the 4 of Wands is Haziel. Chesed is. I'm gonna have to pull up the Kabbalah Tree of Life as well. Chesed is right eye wisdom, I think. Whew, girl. Let's look at the Saphira. I remember I watched a video a while ago. It was some dude named, his name started with the L, and he talked about it in like the Malkuta de Shemaya, which is like the kingdom of heaven or something like that. Okay, yeah. No, that's Chokma. Girl, here we go. So it's the right arm kindness. Oh, and this one, it's about mercy. Okay. Y'all's gonna have to bear with me. So I'm gonna pop this out so I can keep this. And then I'm gonna pop this out and I'm gonna push this over here. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna drag this over a little bit because that's really wide. What? I can pin messages now. Wait. Also, I wanna close sidebar. Yes! Woo! Here we go. Okay. I can't see myself, but that's fine. I know what I look like. So, Four of Wands Haziel. And this was the one at the top of the deck when I pulled the Archangel Power cards. And that one is merciful, facilitates mercy, favors those who are mentally and emotionally resilient, extends pardons to those who have otherwise done wrong but are penitent, loves and protects outcasts, vagrants, and vagabonds. The vagabond is the Five of Orbs, and that came out yesterday. So that's that. So we're sitting in the space of mercy, which I love, like the angel of mercy. And I remember because there's a card in the Oracle of the Emanations in the Angelarium. There's a card, and it was like there's this angel who basically, it's like if let's karmic debt, right? So let's say we have karmic debt. So this angel like basically buys out our karmic debt, but then we're at the mercy of that angel, the angel of mercy. But if we're penitent in that, then it's like we get sort of let out on good behavior. And so there is this energy almost maybe of things that we've done in the past that we may sort of beat ourselves up for, that it's time for us to release ourselves from. Like we didn't know what we didn't know when we were there. We were a different person. We were hurting. We were less aware of the things that we were less aware of, or we were hurt and we wanted to hurt people while we were hurt. But it's like if the lesson has been learned, then like release yourself from that, basically. So we got the Four of Ariel in reverse, which is the Four of Pentacles. So let's control F4 of, and let's find Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, it's not like buying your karma like in that way. It's this is page 23. It's this energy. It's like when you learn the lesson, it's like an automated process. Like it's not something that just happens. It's how we get released from certain cycles, right? It's that aspect of like forgiveness when it comes to it's mercy. It's just how mercy works. Sometimes we get let out early for what we've learned. I feel like I'm not doing a good job of explaining it, but it feels like an automated process, right? It's like as you grow and as you heal, then there are certain things that you did when you were lesser healed that you just get relieved of because you've learned the lesson. So you don't have to punish yourself for those things anymore. type of energy. So, oh wait, I could just search for O and V. That would make this so easy. Let's see. Here it is. Anano? Annual? This is another chesed. Because it's another 4, probably. Is he the 4th Sephira? Probably. So this is rejoicing. Angel of banking and commerce brings financial security and industrious. No, this is in reverse. Sorry. I gotta find the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. I was like, banking, wait. Return to 7. Oh, this may not be complete. Well, let's see. Let's see. You just watched a video about Bob Dylan and Robert Johnson making a deal with the devil. What? What? Like in real life? 4 of Swords reversed to the 8 or 9 of Pentacles. Well, where's the 8 to 9 of Pentacles reversed? Hold on, wait. I really should have done this a little bit before. Come on. You know what? I'm going to surrender to this process and I'm just going to continue. Michael rules the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, it's literally right here. It's literally right next to it. So this is ruled by Archangel Michael. This is Taurus 16 to 20 degrees. Decan rulership goes to Mercury. And this is Hesed again. This is Sun in Capricorn. So it's right here. So this is vivifying. Angel of scholarship, rhetoric, oration, and literature, patron to professors and polymaths, advanced knowledge and learning. So advanced knowledge and learning coming out with this hollow void energy, which is, okay, how am I going to do this? Which is interesting because there is this element of journey. And I kind of mentioned that hang true earlier. See, I see Russ or Rob or Reem and then Cindy when she releases her video, like talk about these runes and then they come through like immediately. Because Rob always says, or one thing that Rob often says is that we don't go through these like spiritual evolution processes. We don't receive in order to hoard, right? And so there is something about sort of sharing here. And then what's also here, it's the Jupiter in Pisces, Jupiter in Gemini. And it's interesting because through this was Sun in Capricorn energy. So we have Capricorn as opposed to Jupiter. Now, the Sun in Capricorn would actually be trining this Jupiter in Pisces. And that's a favorable relationship, right? So there is something, there's this energy here that's like, it's about learning our limitations. But through learning our limitations, it's almost like we come to truly understand the laws of the natural universe, the fundamental laws, maybe even the spiritual or mystical laws of the space that we're in. And vivifying, it's this energy of like bringing something to life. Yeah, and with this captor, with this 8 of Swords, it feels like there's an element that's been missing. And I don't know if like it's because we've been. It might be because this is the title, the hollow void. So the hollow void is everything that we sort of go to the well to manifest, while we leave the rest of spirit sort of like outside, right? Excuse me. And that's another thing that I've been hearing a lot of Rob and Lauren talk about, especially lately. It's how a lot of times when we start our journeys, it's to manifest something, it's to gain something. And it's like this element of control that we wish to have over our environment and over our realities. And so it's like, we go to the well seeking what we wish to find, but we stay outside of all of the truth of sort of what is there. I feel like my brain is about to just like, I feel like I'm about to start talking nonsense. Like my words aren't going to make sense. And so the vivifying energy here, it's bringing life. It's not that it's bringing life to spirit, because spirit is full of life, but it's bringing life to the way that we interact with spirit that leads to a much more magical sort of existence. And so, in that vein, there's almost like this fae, fairy, nature, elemental energy that's coming in here. It's like those energies that never disconnected from the magic of the natural universe around us. And it's almost a very like concrete jungle type of energy, too, right? As we moved out of nature and more into cities, and as there's been progress and in the Industrial Revolution. And I think maybe that's why I originally read that Four of Pentacles upright, because that one was, banking and commerce, financial security, industrious, a love for productivity. It's like it's all of that stuff and seeking more of that that separates us from the ability, from the knowing that like the earth and the universe around us naturally provides. And so like we've gone into this space of earning rather than, I want to say, embodying. And so then this feels like, again, it's like this is the more that spirit wants to offer to us, but that's, us and our lovers, that's us and our jobs, and us and, I don't know, anybody else sort of on the outside. This is what we're concerned about. This is what spirit's been trying to offer to us, but we've been sort of separate from, as we've been sort of wanting our selfish desires fulfilled. So that's sitting in the middle of this. And then I'm going to go over to the left and we're going to look at the dynasty. Now, the dynasty, it could carry that energy of like sons who become their fathers, but we'll see. We have the Eight of Michael upright and the Four of Gabriel in reverse. I've already looked at the Four of Gabriel, but now it's in reverse. So let's see. Oh, no, it's here. I was like, excuse me. Ooh, look. Yes. Okay. The longer I do this, the more it falls into an order that works for me. Let's go Gabriel. Four of Gabriel's a Four of Wands. Four of Gabriel's a Four of Wands. Sorry. This is not very helpful all the time, which is weird because you would think that technology would be able to search the entire document. So Four of Wands in reverse is Aladiah. This is Venus in Aries, Leo 16 to 20 degrees, decan rulership of Jupiter, and this is Archangel Jophiel again. So again, since it's another four, we're dealing with Chesed, which is about kindness. It's the right arm. I wish I could just like, oh my gosh, come on, thank you. Kindness in the realm of conscious emotions. Oh, I like this. Let's keep this. Okay. So then let's see. I gotta like scroll up. You know what? I'm just gonna move these over to uh, Google Chrome because Chrome is a lot easier to navigate than Safari. In this way, at least. Like Chrome keeps the tabs at the top, so I don't have to scroll up or scroll down to get them to reappear, which is gorgeous. So bear with me a moment. I feel like I'm finding my flow. I'm feeling the flow, as Yuma would say. Yu-Gi-Oh plays on the TV, okay? Don't come for me. Oh, yes. Okay, this is perfect. All right. So we're in the realm of kindness, the conscious emotion of kindness again with Chesed. And this is, who did I say? Aladaya? Hey, Kizzy Cat. Today we are just venturing. HCL. What is it? We're trying. Hello. Why is it? Okay, we're going to have to find her or him, this angel. I'm not seeing it. AKA, that's not ALD. HCL. So I'm going to have to look this one up to see. Actually, I might. I'll do the Eight of Michael first. Eight of Michael is the Eight of Swords. And then we'll do. I'll get it searched up though, real quick. Guardian Angel Aladaya is your secret weapon. Aladaya is a female angel symbolizing tolerance and mental clarity. She helps you achieve greater moral respect and better health. So, under the dynasty, we have an angel that symbolizes tolerance and mental clarity, achieving greater moral respect and better health. I love that that better health is coming out in the Ten of Pentacles because, you know, that just kind of makes sense. But also, the thing about dynastic or Capricornian energy in its higher sort of like vibrational alignment is that it's like Capricorn understands that to build a business that lasts for a long time, you have to value and appreciate your customers. You have to value and appreciate your workers. People have to want to shop there or do business. People have to want to do business there. People have to want to work there. People should not dread going to that place unless you're in the business of something that people can't do without, right? Like the DMV, I guess. You know, we all complain. I've never had a bad experience at the DMV, but a lot of people complain about the DMV, but it's like, you know, you got to go there. So it's not like they're necessarily going to go out of business. Um, so that's what this angel is here for. This angel is bringing in clarity, and then tied to the Eight of Swords, upright. This is giving, it should be in here. Eight of Swords, upright. Six appeared in Throne 15. Return to seven still. Oh my gosh. Oh, here's seven. Here's eight. These are not in order. Nenio. This is Hod. Jupiter and Gemini. Gemini 21 to 25 degrees. Ruling angel Haniel. Decan rulership Saturn. So there's a whole bunch of planets. This is on page 22. So that's all the way down here. Hod is left leg glory. and it's a secondary emotion. Glory and victory. One of these was surrender. I think Netzach was surrender. You know what? I'm gonna grab my other book because I like how this one breaks it down. Oh gosh. Hey, look, there's Duma, Angel of Dreams. Yeah, I love how this one breaks the Sephira down. So Hod is left leg submission. Hod is what guides us when we surrender ourselves to the flow of fate and let destiny guide our motion. Through her light, we see the boundlessness of glory. Waving our hands through the wind, we feel the air pull us upward. It's only by resigning ourselves to the forces around us that we truly experience the nature of those forces. So again, like this coming out with the 10, oh, look, here's like a tree of life on it. I gotta go back to this window. There's a tree of life on this card. And so Had is right here. Chesed is right here. We got two of these, one of these. So we're on this path. And so we've gone through the heart. I don't know if Tiferet is going to come out, but so let's go back to this. I have so many windows and books and apps and everything open. Nanael. Nanael? Let's see. This is, do I need this? No, I don't. Don't need that either. There we go. Make my life a little easier. So this angel is NNA, Nanael. Wait. No, okay. I've been down here. Nanael, this is Caster Down of the Proud. And so we have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Michael here, but also the Eight of Swords came out with this. Oh, whoa, no. I ended up putting the Eight of Swords at the top. Well, I mean, I guess it's the same, the Hollow Void and the Captor. So here's the Eight of Swords again, which is all of the aspects of spirit that we're sort of separate from, right? And so here is the Caster Down of the Proud and the Eight of Michael. What does this say? You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation and not seeing things clearly. Here's not seeing things clearly when this energy, through its angel association, gave us that sort of like mental clarity and stuff, right? Oh, this is when I need my big screen. Yeah, she gave us mental clarity and tolerance. So these are already sort of like balancing each other out. Let me lock this so that it doesn't keep doing that. So the angel associated with the Eight of Swords upright, Nanael Caster Down of the Proud. Nanael has a sardonic sense of humor, can help in meditation and spiritual healing, highly knowledgeable in the sciences, and is partial to scholars and erudites, patron of contrarians and skeptics. Highly knowledgeable in the sciences and partial to scholars and erudites, where this Four of Wands are the Four of Pentacles in reverse. That angel actually talked about that same energy of like scholarship and things like that. So not only did the Eight of Swords come out over here, this angel, it's like these two angels also work together. And it's also interesting because the Hollow Void and the Dynasty are the only two cards that came out upright. The last card is in reverse. And this comes out with the Stronghold of the Grail, Page of Cups energy. And again, I feel like the Page of Cups The Page of Cups almost feels like the cup that this page is bringing has been filled at the well. But it's that cup that exists beyond our wish fulfillment. Beyond our wish fulfillment, in a way, it's like it's more than just the things that we ask for. And so there's something in here. It's a I feel like it's complex because I'm a human and I don't like it. But there's this energy here that's very much like we were meant to go through and experience everything that we've gone through and experienced as a human collective. But we were meant to learn through that. We were meant to grow through that. We were meant to become more. Now we're sitting in the space of choosing whether we become more. And so that's why there's this energy of like recognizing that because we are human and because we desire, because we want, because we need, that we're going to want those needs and wants and desires met. This is like spirit knows that. It's an acceptance of that fact. But it's also there's this space that calls us beyond. I remember back when I would watch Abraham Hicks a lot, there was one person who was like, I've gotten really, really good at the law of attraction. Like I have, like, my life is perfect. I have everything that I want. And I want to know, like, what more is there? And I don't remember that conversation nearly at all. But it's almost like, she was happy. Esther Abraham was happy to have someone ask, what more is there that you can give me, that you can teach me, than making, like, filling my life with material things that, like, I want and that I need. And again, like, I don't remember what her answer was at all. But it was that energy. Like, I remember that interaction with that person. And maybe this Page of Cups is that we all discover for ourselves what more there is besides everything that we desire. What more spirit has to sort of give to us and teach us, that when we're in this energy, we're just not in a space of being receptive to. That's why the energy of the scholar is so prevalent here. That's also why good health and that mental clarity is here. Because in some ways, a healthy mind lends to a healthy body. So the completely face down energy is the politic. Three of Wands, Sun in Aries. Woo. The politic. Why does this low key feel like some kind of like Hierophant energy? Like, we got the dynasty and the hollow void. And between the dynasty and the hollow void, there is almost an energy of like being so wrapped up in physical matters that there's a lot of the spiritual that we don't sort of see. But vice versa, also being like so wrapped up in spirituality that there's a lot of the physical that we neglect. And I think, because my knowing is not complete, I will be very upfront about that. But I think I've come across a description of Rahu and Ketu in Vedic astrology as one being like purely spiritually focused and the other being purely physically focused. And it's not for us to be in either energy. It's to find the space where they meet, where we can be both spiritual and physical creatures, entities. And that's just like what Empress of Duality Brooke. That's just like what Brooke was just saying on the live stream between her and Lauren on Untitled Tarot, the rise of the divine feminine. It was like, the divine feminine being the spiritual aspect, the divine masculine being the man, the human, and it like them both being in union. And it's been coming out too. I'm pretty sure LB's has said it somewhere, recently. I don't know if it was in the mega stream with Rob for the full moon in Capricorn, but I remember her saying, maybe it was along the lines of like, F space, like, let's explore the ocean or something like that, right? How sometimes we can be so esoteric and astral and uh, upstairs that we sort of neglect who we are down here. And in that, I guess that separation or that strong, almost anti-polarization would be a 12th energy, potentially. And we need some Flusa in that, right? Hello, Flusa. Hello, Kanefa. We're remedying the 12th, bringing it into the 13th. So we have the politic here. And right off the bat, the politic, it just feels like how we navigate life. So I take back the thing that I said about that high refined energy. It's just us sort of navigating life. This is coming out with the 6 of Michael in reverse. 6 of Michael in reverse. Let me go back to all these windows. So the 6 is Tiferet. Is Tiferet 6? Tiferet might be 6. Might not be 6. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. 6 of Swords. There's the 5, the 4, 7, 8, Ace. Okay, girl. Where's the 6? Am I gonna have to like copy and paste this thing all the way up just to get it like consistent for me? If I'm gonna work with this, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to rearrange this in a way that it flows more, because here's the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords in reverse is Yelahaya. It is Tiferet. Mercury in Aquarius. This is Aquarius 6 to 10 degrees, decimation of Saturn. Ruling angel is Raphael. So we've had Jophiel, Hanael, Michael, and Raphael, I think. So what page is this? This is on page 16. Tiferet is the heart of the tree of life. I'll read Tiferet in here. And it's interesting. I mean, I feel like it makes sense if this is within the Sephira of the heart, being how we sort of navigate everything around us. And it's the heart in the tree of life that keeps the other emanations, the other Sephira, like in balance, where they're not like tearing the tree apart, right? So it balances both those attractive and those repulsive forces to keep things in place. Tiferet is, oh my gosh, it's this one. Yeah, okay, yes, come through. Because we've had the Chesed. We had Chesed twice, and then we just had Pod or Hod, and now Tiferet is here in the heart. So we get this little diagonal right there today. This is what we're working with. And I'm glad this card came out because now I don't have to go looking for it. So Tiferet, the 6th emanation, the temperate force that allows the rest of the emanations to coexist in beautiful harmony. Tiferet is without extremes or absolutes. As each other aspect rages around him, he neither yields nor resists. He is the equilibrium that exists between those forces. He is the guiding hand that braces against the many aspects of the tree to gracefully bring them toward one another. So now let's see who this is, girl. I wish this was a little bit more coherent or consistent, but again, it is what it is. I'm up here messing with stuff that I don't even really know about, so it's to be expected, right? And I think also at the same time, it puts me more in the moment with these, because now I have to be more attentive as I go through this. So the 6 of Swords reversed is Yelahaya. Yelahaya is right here. Abiding forever. Invoked to facilitate success in trials and quests. Angel of victory. When you seek success in a specific undertaking, call upon Yelahaya. Or Lelahaya, Lelahaya. I love that there's an energy of victory here. Another page. The stronghold of the flame. So who this? Russell. Now Russell just uploaded. Oh my gosh. I got so many videos to watch. So we have this Page of Cups, Page of Wands energy. For me, Wands represents the soul. Cups represents, I called it the essence, but the soul is absolute. Cups is how we spiritually embody certain aspects of our soul, if that makes any sense. So, right, let's say that, for example, you are this a long-lived soul, a well-experienced soul, right? And so, like, you've been a carpenter, you've been a healer, you've been in like many, many, many different things throughout your lifetimes. You've been many, many, many different things. But and that's fire, right? That's your like your Akashic record. Your complete Akasha is fire. But water is like, it's the aspects that you channel in this lifetime. So let's say that this lifetime you don't want to be a butcher or a baker or a candlestick maker. You want to be a healer, right? And so now you're channeling through all of your healer frequencies. It's coming in as like a skill tree chart. I don't know if you've ever played like, if y'all have ever played like a video game, but it's coming through like a skill tree chart, right? Now you're in the role of healer, and there are all these like different aspects and things that you've picked up through various lifetimes. There are things that you're going to maybe even come across in this lifetime. There are certain skills that are going to, because of the circumstances that you're in, you're going to like melt them together and they're going to evolve into this new skill. That's cups for me. That's water. Whereas the entire breadth of everything is like fire. And then air and earth sort of play into how we bring things into this reality. Right? It's like air and earth for me is external. And that makes sense because it's yin and yang masculine. And then water and fire are yin yang feminine. So anyway, we have both of the pages here on the opposite sides. I'm going to take a picture of this right now, actually, so I can set it as the thumbnail before I forget. Because I was going to do that yesterday. I was like, oh, let me take a picture so that I have it for the thumbnail. And then I forgot. I put all the cards away. Now, this energy of abiding forever is interesting. I mean, in a certain way, this is just that energy, like we're always growing. We're never going to be done growing. We're never going to be the all, no matter how many lifetimes we live, right? No matter how high you ascend the sort of chain. And it's that Keter energy. It's that energy of like all that lies outside of our realm of comprehension and understanding. But the thing about Tiferet and the thing about Malkuth is that it's two spaces where we kind of sort of see a representation of all of the Sephira, all of the different pieces of the tree of life, the Kabbalah, right? And so there is this energy, and again, it's that divine feminine being the sacred observer. Going back to that, if you saw, you saw. Untitled Tarot with the Empress of Duality in the video that they just did. And if you're watching this later, Untitled Tarot, Divine Feminine, it's like Rise of the Divine Feminine with Empress of Duality. I think that's the title. Or it's in the title somewhere in there. Ooh, I might have to watch that. I watch my Venus in Aries sometimes. I'm that person. Sometimes I'll watch a video that's not one of my signs, but most of the times I'm just like Pisces, Taurus, and sometimes Aries. It depends. That's why the scholar is here, though. That's why the scholar energy is present twice. Because if you sit at the heart of something, or if you sit so far outside of something that you can see it play out, and we don't necessarily do that as we live, like as on Earth, but if we can go into that observer consciousness, then that's when we start to sort of see how things play out. And so even the things that we can't comprehend, it's this energy where it's like, some people will say if you can't describe something to like a kindergartner, then you don't really know it. But there is this energy. It's like there are certain things that maybe we can observe, but we can't necessarily put words to. And the thing about language is that it adapts to fit the needs of the community. And that's why, I've seen so many videos of like there'll be there will be a peoples somewhere with the language, and they'll be able to see like 52 different shades of like blue or green. But that's because they have like 52 different words associated with each shade, and hue and tint. There's a word for every single variation. And because their brains have that like visual linguistic association, it strengthens their visual. Now they can see these different shades where we just see it as like, fewer, right? Light blue, dark blue, sky blue, robin's egg blue, I don't know, right? Cyan, cerulean. You'd actually know that that's not periwinkle or whatever. It's cerulean, right? I need to watch The Devil Wears Prada again. Look at me acting like the fashion industry don't affect me. I'm sorry, Miranda. Anyway, there is this energy here, though. It's like in the observation, but it's almost like, see, this is so weird. It's almost like it's not enough just to observe. Like we also have to put a word to it. And when we put a word to what we observe, it strengthens that connection. And it allows our brains to further develop noticing those distinctions. And I think a lot of times, and it's interesting that it's coming up now, especially like with all these questions of labels and identities and things like that. You're like that with Leo. Your Venus usually doesn't resonate, but sometimes it really does. Yeah. And the more I'm like in the energy of my Venus, sometimes the more it resonates. Right. When I was like very love averse or relationship averse or Venus in general averse, then I don't know. It was an energy I needed to be open to, I guess. Maybe, maybe not. Uh, but a lot of times it's like we can see labels as damaging, we can see labels as restrictive. But there is this energy here that it's the power of a label. And it's no different than the runes. Because now, with what Russ is doing in the rune team, it's like there are some runes that are like being brought back with like new associations there when they're uncovering all of the older stuff. Can I not get lost in this? It's like runes. You take a symbol, you associate it with something. It's like this card right here. You print this up, okay, maybe not this card, right? It's like this card, right? You print it up, you got three wands, you got sun, you got Aries, you have the politic, you got three of staves, or three of scepters in the bottom. You have this imagery. There are so many things for us to link these to. There's a lot of different associations with this. And it's that knowing that allows us to be able to differentiate certain energies, which is why sometimes it's like, if you develop your practice, there'll be times when it's like you'll get an energy from spirit. And you're like, this feels like this energy. Like, even though the card isn't here yet, Like the energy associated with that card is here. And I know for me sometimes, and I don't know if it's depending on my ability to understand what they're trying to drop to me at night. Maybe it is because I remember, I think at some point last year, it was like they would just show me a card, and then it would be another card and another card, and I would have to like sort of like piece together in my dream, and then like lose when I woke up. I would have to piece together what they were like trying to show me. But now it's like there'll be more than just a card sometimes. Sometimes it'll be like a word in a card or a phrase in a card. Sometimes it's evolved to this point. I guess if I don't get it, then they keep repeating it. And then it'll be like a story, and then it'll play out in my dream, and then like the word will be there. It's like it gets longer and longer. The more I go to sleep and they keep giving it to me. And so there's this energy of learning how to use labels and associations to our benefit, because it does condition, like, there's the brain controls so much that it does have the ability to enhance our perception and a lot of things, right? That's why they say a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And that's also why it's like, the mind can be we can be our biggest supporter or our greatest sort of hindrance and enemy through the space of how we conceive of ourselves in our minds, how we view ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. And the mind, it connects to the heart, the soul, and the body, just like the heart connects to the mind, the body, and the soul. Like they're all interwoven and interconnected. And that's the thing about this coming out in the space of the heart. It's all interconnected. And it's funny because, like, the stronghold of flame, this is the bottom row of cards. So the stronghold of flame is looking at this stronghold of the grail, looking over this, the wishing well and the capture, the wish granted and the captor, but she's looking at like me, at us, at you. She's looking at us. And so it's almost this energy. It's like there are these pieces of our soul that are like calling to us, but then it's almost this energy of like, okay, well, what are you going to do with it? Type of energy. You've been more connected to colors and cards lately. You were pushed to do the rainbow reading this morning, something about the colors. I got like a few minutes into it, and then I was like, oh, I want to go do this. So I got to go back and finish it. But I did see that 888. The Eight of Wands came out twice, and then it's not the Wild Woman, but like that's where I like, after that third eight came out, I was like, oh, I want to go do this. I didn't think I would have to dig this much, but again, I'm glad I did, because it forced me to be a little bit more present in this rather than just reading everything off and sort of flying through. It feels like it's the time. Strength. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because I was like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't the eight of anything, but it was an eight. It was strength. I should have known that. There's this energy that's almost coming through lately that it's like the entirety of your created being is a gift. There is no part of you that is damaged, broken, or useless. Not your mind, not your body. And I think so often we can like overly prioritize the heart and the spirit, and like, we do treat our bodies right. There are some folks who treat their bodies better than others, okay? I'm not in the gym or eating clean. But it's this energy of like, we sort of underplay the physical and the mental aspect. And again, it's this energy, like there is no part of us that does not contribute to the whole of our being. And all parts of us can be used for our betterment, for the greater good of ourselves and those around us and the collective at large. You were obsessed with rainbows as a kid. I don't think I've really seen too many, honestly. But it's good that it's like it's bringing it back to you, tapping back into that inner child space. Being, I was in a comment like how I guess appreciative I am of the, not that there isn't a time and a place for spreads, and not that I don't appreciate a good spread, but just that like free flowing sort of energy. I guess I'll ask if there's any one angel that. Oh, who was that? Oh, snap. Okay, well. So the Ace of Michael, Ace of Swords just came out in reverse. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Raphael in reverse. So let's see who this Ace of Michael is before I shut this down and start watching all these yummy videos. Ace of Michael is the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Okay, that's what we start with. So this should be Anio? Maybe it might be. Let's see. Yeah, it is Anio. The Sephira of Keter. This is air. Libra, 1 to 5 degrees. Decan rulership of Venus. Camael. Camuel, probably. And he's the second chakra, third chakra solar plexus in the energy oracle cards. Maybe it's a different one though, so don't take my word for it. So Keter, as I was just talking about how Keter is this whole thing that we can't even really fully understand because of our little human brains and our non-unified creator spirits. Where's the rest of these cards? Hello? Oh, they're right here. So this is Aniel, Lord of Virtues, defends against sieges on the city or a community, patron of the arts and sciences, reveals the secrets of nature to help humanity advance technology and innovation, reveals philosophical truths and inspires scholars and sages. I'm reading the wrong one. Aniel is a learned scholar of many subjects, one of the most knowledgeable of angels, patron to polymaths. So there's that polymath scholar sort of energy again, even though I read this as upright. Sorry, this is Hamaya. Libra 6 to 10 degrees. It's still air. It's still cameo. I read the wrong way. Hamaya, the hope of all the ends of the earth. What? The hope of all the ends of the earth. Invoke Hamaya to help discover or find treasures. Protects and safeguards against demonic attacks. Hamaya is a preserver of hope. Invoke to endow you with optimism and to reaffirm your faith. I love that. I mean, yeah, like come through, Hamaya. As we're in the space of returning to normalcy and things of that nature. And I feel like that really plays in with that, the mercy thing as well. Right? Where it's like we don't have to beat ourselves up over the things of the past. When we were lesser healed, lesser aware, lesser aligned, lesser whatever. It was in the past. That's some powerful energy. The preserver of hope. Though. I love that. I do want a final card from the SKT, please. From the Spirit Keepers Tarot. Yeah, I'm gonna like copy and paste these over into a document to line it up a little bit easier. Because I really like this. So 2 cards came out. The Contender and the Shining Quarry. The 5 of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. There's this energy here of like being aware of the many challenges and difficulties in life, but not being like bogged down by them. And I think this is an energy of reflection on the past as well. And it feels like with the scarab beetle, there's some kind of illumination that's about to come in. It feels like this scarab beetle is about to eclipse that pentacle, and the pentacle is symbolic of the world. And I think this energy came out earlier, or it's almost a little bit of that hang true energy, where it's like there's going to be a knowledge or an awareness of something that's going to cast a shadow on everything else, right? It's like if, let's say that Superman is your favorite superhero and you've loved Superman since you were a kid, and you're like, yeah, Superman's the best and blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden one day, like, you find out that Superman is actually been stealing resources from Earth and sending them off to Krypton, and he's been playing savior here so that he can, like, he's had this alternate agenda or whatever. You basically find out that Superman is a villain. And now it's like this new information casts shadow on a space that used to be light. I don't think it's necessarily like that, but it feels like a truth that it might take some time to integrate into your reality, right? And that's what I was saying about that sort of hang true, especially when it came out as the Galabrew or Yalabrew or something like that. I don't remember. Check out Rob's Tarot Runebreaker. Like that bridge between the other realms and hell. It's like when you cross this, there is no going back. So if you cross this bridge living, you can't use that, oh, I'm not dead, so I get to get out for free. Like, it doesn't work like that. Which is why there are so many warnings when you're going across that bridge. Which is why that energy is here. And I guess in that way, for me, it's almost like Flursa, because Flursa, it almost felt like a period of initiation, but Flursa feels like a happy and joyous, like, blossoming, flowering initiation. Hang true feels like an initiation that may involve like difficult truths, things that are hard to like integrate into your current conception of reality and the world around you. And so there is a little bit of an energy. I feel like we may sort of reach a point in our journeys. This was me. This was me. After Reem did the solstice readings, and I was like, I think this is it for me, because it feels like this is the point on our journeys where we stop and take pause, where we encounter something so difficult or hard to receive that we, for a second, contemplate going back to everything that was chaotic, where we sort of question our own, I don't want to say integrity, but our will to complete the journey. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be the journey in particular. It's just that, like, do I want to continue to move forward with this, or am I going to go back? Now, with the Keeper of Hope, what was it? Yelahaya? Was that who it was? Hold it. No, Hamaya. With Hamaya, the hope of all the ends of the earth. Invoke Hamaya to help discover or find treasures. Protects and safeguards against demonic attacks. Hamaya is a preserver of hope. Invoke to endow you with optimism and to reaffirm your faith. So if you're in a space of questioning, or where it's like it's getting difficult to continue, and with this being the Knight of Pentacles, it doesn't even necessarily have to be something like spiritual, right? you can come upon a space of like financial hardship. And let's say that you made a choice to distance yourself from like corporate America, or it almost reminds me of the Aries thing a little bit that I did yesterday. It's like you make this choice to do something outside of what is an established sort of like security. Oh, here's the box. And then you encounter a challenge and you have to ask yourself like if you've made the right choice or not. Is the divine actually really going to continue to provide for me? Are my needs going to be met, or am I going to have to go back to that life that I don't want to live just to make ends meet? And so maybe again, since it is the Knight of Pentacles, it's something a little bit more physical and earthly and not necessarily something so existential. But depending on where you worked and how it affected you, it could be existential. And again, it's because we do have physical needs and we do want to be comfortable, and it's not a bad thing. But it's like all things in proper balance, all things in their time. And sometimes it's like, faith is a thing that is tested by fire sometimes, tempered in the flames, and then pounded out due to harsh reality. Or sometimes it's graceful and it's beautiful and you're going through that like when it's like red hot, but then they dip it in the water, right? And then it's like it comes out of the water almost immediately cool to the touch. And so there is in that this energy that it's that like weeping may endure for a night, joy cometh in the morning, troubles don't last always type of energy. That's what I got. This was a little bit of a ride. I'm not going to apologize for the length of time it took me to find a comfortable flow between different windows and devices and books. Did I put that book back? No, it's right here. I did not put it back. But if you watch this, I hope there's something in this that benefits you. And if there isn't anything in here that benefits you, then or that resonates for you, then don't take it, because you don't have to do that. I will not take personal offense. I will actually be overjoyed if you don't take things that don't resonate for you, especially here. Not that I have any control of it either way. So, But yeah, thank you, Eve, Laura, and Kizzy Cat for stopping in. Eve for riding to the end. It was a little bit of a slow ride, but I'm gonna go take it easy. And I hope you'll have a good whatever whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience your reality. I hope that you give yourself compassion and grace and understanding in the spaces where you need and deserve it the most. And I don't know why that makes me like super emotional. I know why it makes me super emotional. But I hope you can do that for yourself. I know I think sometimes it's a lot easier for us to accept that people outside of us were limiting us or working against us. And it could be a little bit more difficult sometimes to accept where we kind of sort of work against ourselves in a way. But again, I hope you give yourself compassion and you give yourself grace, and that you allow for your past to be your past to the point where it doesn't have to influence, dictate, or determine your present and then your future. Right? Like, let it go. That's what that angel of mercy said. It's like, you've learned your lesson. Let it go. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye. I do want to record a sign. We'll see. Maybe I'll do an angel too for that sign. We'll see.